I believe Doc is being disingenuous. I really do. I think Doc said a lot of self-serving things that Kawhi pointed at him and said, I want to play for you. That's very self-serving. Wouldn't you say, Skip Bayless?
Do you think it's the truth?
There's a little truth even in a lie.
Oh, so you're saying Doc's lying?
That's not what I said, Skip. Well, here's where I think. For me, how does Doc Rivers and the Clippers know that OKC is going to be willing to move a guy that has 3 years left on a contract that they just gave him 4 years at $130-something million? How would they know that?
How would the Clippers know that Oklahoma City wanted to, quote-unquote, break up the team?
Thank you. I believe Kawhi Leonard talked to Paul George.
I do,
and
too.
Paul George told Kawhi, bro, if you can get me up out of there, I would love to join you.
Yep.
Kawhi relayed that message to the L.A. Clippers. Once that got back to Sam Presti, because Sam Presti said it was not true that Paul George had talked to him about they wanted to move on. Now, somebody's lying here, Skip. Sam Presti said that didn't happen the way Paul George said it did. Now, Doc Rivers said they knew that the, OKC wanted to break that team up. Somebody's lying here. Now, I do believe two things can be true, Skip, but in this situation, two things is not true. I believe Kawhi talked to Paul George. Paul George told Kawhi, bro, if you can get me up out of OKC, I'll come join you in L.A. They told that to them, and they said they moved heaven and earth. They gave up first rounder after first rounder after first rounder, and players on the team, they gave up Alexander, they gave up Gallinari, so they gave up a lot.
They did.
And it happened.
But Doc said he told Steve Ballmer it's not enough, it's not too much. We got to do this.
Yes.
We need it.
So, but I'm trying to figure out here. Now, everybody crushed LeBron James because we needing help.
Oh, so that's where this is coming from.
Now, here, no, it's my
now
turn.
we get to your motivation.
Now, I don't have enough help. We bought top heavy as bleep.
That's what he said.
If I'm not mistaken, the L.A. Clippers went to the playoffs. I think they won 48 games. They took two games off a healthy Golden State.
At Oakland.
When KD was going bonkers. And it took a Herculean effort in game 6, when he dropped 50 to finally get over the hump.
The last couple of games.
Now, Kawhi Leonard, the MVP, the best player, everybody wanted him, saying, Doc, y'all ain't got enough. You don't have enough with a team that went 48 games and took Golden State, healthy Golden State, a team that Kawhi beat in 6 games. And you know what I'm saying, Skip Bayless, that was very unhealthy. Kawhi needed help. I don't want to hear nothing.
You blame him?
I don't want to hear nothing else. If LeBron James says, I want another point guard, and I want another person, I don't want to hear a person say a word, because Kawhi Leonard went to a team that won 48 games before he got there and went to the playoffs, and he said, Doc, y'all don't have enough.
Wait a second. LeBron was willing to trade the entire Laker roster to get to what you call the second best player in the NBA to LeBron, Anthony Davis.
Skip Bayless. Right? Because you know what? I believe if the next 3 or 4 drafts, there'll be a Lonzo Ball. There'll be a Brandon Ingram. There'll be a Josh Hart. I do not believe in the next 5 or 6 drafts you're going to find an Anthony Davis. A guy that can give you 26 and 12 by just getting up out of bed. And that's why we got him, and that's why we're going to win the chip. And we're going to bust the Clippers' head with Doc, with Bomber, and we're going to see them dancing around, taking the L's.
We're talking about the same AD, you would know this, who, how many years was he in New Orleans? 5, 6? Was it 5 years?
He was there 7.
7 years. And he has a sub-500.
What was Paul George in Indy?
I don't care about. This is about Anthony Davis.
And we got him. Yeah. And he would, and they go together like ketchup on a hamburger.
Yeah. Here's the problem. Look, I love Doc. You know how much.
Yes.
And I do believe that number 2 pointed at him and said, I want to play. How was the quote? I want to play for you. Yeah. I believe that happened.
Okay.
Now, I don't know why Doc needs to tell these stories now, because he got number 2. It's over. You didn't, he did.
Right.
So what is the goal of telling all these tales? Are you just trying to...
we got self-serving.
Yeah, right? Is it self-serving? You're trying to hype your legend up here? Because you don't need to. Your legend speaks for itself. But I do believe Doc was a huge advantage over your team.
Yeah.
Because it's like Doc Rivers or Frank Vogel,
right.
Doc or Frank, Doc or Frank, right? Okay. And I do believe it was a huge advantage for the Clippers that they did not have LeBron James, because I don't think number 2 wanted to play with LeBron.
I believe Steve Ballmer, because it was reported Doc said, I love what you're doing. Well, Steve Ballmer.
Okay. But I need somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this whole idea of this list, and he said we had a list, but it was a mistake. We got lucky about our list because we had Paul George on there, but we didn't know we could get him. But we did know that Oklahoma City was willing to break up their team.
No, they didn't. Skip. So all these free agents, because it's reported that he talked to KD, KD said nah. He talked to Kawhi, he said nah. Jimmy Butler said nah. But all these other guys that were going to be available, Chris Middleton, all these other guys, no, I don't want them. You want the guy that just signed last year, got 3 years left on his deal.
Which seemed impossible,
Thank
right?
you.
And I'm pretty sure number 2 and Uncle Dennis went to Paul George first and said, can you try to get out? Because if you will, they'll trade for you.
Thank you.
And they're going to offer a whole lot to get you.
Thank you. That's how it happened.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.